In the early hours of September, we were woken by the horrible news that Max Montanez was killed. We as a coaching staff, a football team, and a school community lost an athlete, a friend, and a brother. With a heavy heart and determination to play the season for Max, we had no choice but to move on. Every one of our games were played with Max in our hearts and our minds. With prayer and leaning on each other, we made it through the season. But Max was never far from our thoughts. This poem helped me deal with Max's loss. Perhaps they are not stars, but rather openings in heaven. The love of our lost ones pours through and shines down upon us to let us know they are happy. I know that Max is looking down on us and telling us he is happy. Max will always be in our hearts and our minds, and most importantly, he will always be a Reggie.
Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing you.
It's kinda hard with you not around. Know you in heaven smiling down, watching us while we pray for you. Every day we pray for you, till the day we meet again. In my heart is where I keep you, friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed, strength I need to believe. My thoughts big, I just can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the six, shop for new clothes and kicks. You and me taking flicks, making hits, stages they receive you on. Still can't believe you're gone. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
We would like to say that Pope John's parents, families, and players give out their thoughts and prayers to Greater Lawrence Tech player Max. You're in our thoughts and prayers.
Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing you. Somebody tell me why. One that morning when this life is over, I know I'll see your face.
A Reggie to me is someone who displays a lot of pride and enthusiasm.
To me, a Reggie is somebody who has a lot of pride in their school.
Being committed and devoted to what you want to achieve in life. If you ever give up in life, it's going to be a big downfall. What do you think being a Reggie is?
Being a Reggie is somebody that has a high standard and has to do all the hard work and dedication to achieve that goal they're willing to accomplish.
Someone who shows pride.
What defines a Reggie is persistence and teamwork.
Person that doesn't give up.
To me, a Reggie is someone who has remarkable resilience.
Someone who's determined, hardworking, and has a lot of school spirit.
Somebody that is dedicated and has motivation and has leadership skills to surpass any of their opponents and other friends, just so they can have friendly competition.
Everyone has their own definition of a Reggie. We all demonstrate it differently, but together we all wear Reggie pride.
Show me all your Reggie pride.
My favorite memory was when my co-captain Shubeli and I had come up with the term hoorah to cheer on the volleyball girls. And our final game, the stands were packed, and we all cheered hoorah, and the stands echoed right back at us.
My freshman year, when I first tried out for swimming, and one of our captains told me I looked like a fish out of water in water.
Having the coach do hitting drills with us and having us go fetch the ball as a fumble recovery, we had so much fun. I'll never forget that.
It was probably when we first won our first game.
When we played a game as an all-girls team, and it was a great thing because it was the first time here.
When I kind of dominated at the net, I was pretty happy about it. You know, and my name was in the paper, and I would say that was the most proud thing I've done around here.
My most memorable moment has got to be when I scored my 1,000th point in basketball.
Funny moment that I will always remember is when I faced that girl from Whittier. What was her name? Shannon?
Shannon Constantine.
I wrestled there 6 times, and out of the 6 times, she almost beat me up, you know.
And a funny moment was when Aiden was wrestling some kid from Reading, and the kid kneed him in his private area, and Aiden started crying the whole entire match.
Hell yeah.
It was all good. And I mean, I remember I had to imitate Sarkis in front of everybody. And, you know, I did it in front of Sarkis, you know what I mean? And Sarkis was like, oh, that sounds nothing like me. And all the coaches started laughing because I sounded just like him, you know? But memories like that, those are good times. Those are, you know, those are times you won't get back. That's the only thing you can really hold on to.
You've been very close with me for 3 years, and you've helped me grow the program into what it is. I think you should be very proud of everything that you've accomplished, and I expect big things from you as you move on into your next stage in life. So thank you to my seniors, and remember, you're a Reggie, and you help rebuild the spirit in this school. You're part of the instrumental process of rebuilding what it feels like to be a Reggie here, so don't forget that. And once a Reggie, always a Reggie.
And you were leaders for the underclassmen, so you guys did a great job. We'll miss you. And make sure you come back and see us when you graduate and come back to the football games. And the seniors, you guys came in as little freshmen, like little kids, and you graduate, and hopefully you guys became men, which I think you have. Carlita, David Mata, Augusta, all you guys will miss you.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mrs. Doobie and Miss Joya. I couldn't have done it without you.
Shout out to Qualtis for being such a good coach and to have it.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to my coaches for helping me become this great man that I am now, that knows about responsibilities and what it is to take care of his duties.
Mr. Brian for being the best cheerleading coach, and all my shop teachers.
Yo, shout out to my boy Deeb, my boy Tony Sarkis, shout out to my boy Thompson and his brother Little Thompson, shout outs to Doobie.
I shout out to all my girls in my team, and especially my coaches, Mr. Pham, who I really care, who always been there for me.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Maloney and Mr. Laughlin, because if it wasn't for them pushing me and making me succeed, I wouldn't have been where I am today.
Shout out to my coach Maloney. I started here as a freshman, and he told me flat out if I didn't learn my rotations, I was not going to play. I learned quickly, and with the skills he gave me, I went on to play for a private club.
My friends, family, coaches, my boyfriend, and most importantly, my teammates.
All right, listen, man. We do this all the time. You know, once you miss a day, you're 2 steps behind. You know that, right? I don't know where your mind's at. I don't know where your mind's directed right now, man. Look, for example, look at this kid, Nick Sosa, man. I mean, he's here every day. He's working. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, if I was me, man, I'd be mad. That's motivation right there, man. That kid's he's just there. So this is what you're gonna do, ready? You're gonna come to practice, you're gonna show up tomorrow, and you're gonna show up the next day after that. And you're gonna work 10 times harder than you did the day before. Because once you miss a day, you're 2 steps behind.